disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.
Well, welcome once again to another episode of Fists, Kicks, and Flicks, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene Plowden, and with me, as always, my podcast partner, Joe Hartley. What's up, man?
Hold on.
If this is your first time with us, I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts Center Network. And on Mondays, you got the Winner Circle with myself, Isaiah Gathings, Chris Walker, and Angel Diaz. Tuesdays, the Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. Wednesdays, you can get the traditional way with Brett Shumway. And Thursdays, it's us, Fists, Kicks, and Flicks with Gene, Joe, and Angel. For more information, you can check us out on all of our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts Center Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. And don't forget about the main app, the Martial Arts Center Network app. Joe, it's showtime. What's up, man? Happy, I would say happy holidays. I would say happy New Year, but now, we're getting a little deep into the new year already. So, anyway, how was your holiday season?
Busy.
Yeah.
A lot of work. A lot of just grind, all that fun stuff. A lot of family, and just getting it all together. So things at work are starting to slow down a little bit, thank God. But then archery hit me like a brick. So we had tournament.
Were you anticipating that?
No, I didn't really pay attention. I was just like,
you kind of text me. You kind of text me kind of fast. I was like, oh, we got an archery tournament. We're not going to be able to do it unless we can do it this day.
I don't know. I thought it was a different day. I thought it was on a different day, but it was stupid. So the first archery tournament, it was just I think it was a Friday. And then the second one that we just had was a Thursday, Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we had kids shooting at both. And then on top of that, I still got my kids, doing play and everything. So I'm literally going home, feeding everybody. Then I got to take my son and drop him off. My wife's already at the archery tournament because she's got to show up with the bows and make sure everybody does everything. And then I drop him off. I hang out for like 10 minutes. I go pick up my daughters. I bring them back home, and then I go back to the tournament. And I don't get out of that tournament till like 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was keeping us busy. But it was a good time. Everyone had fun. And then last week's tournament was you got the teachers, like the kids got to bring a teacher with them. So my wife usually gets invited. So Friday she got to shoot, and she did pretty good. Seeing she didn't practice at all for it. We just didn't have the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think out of all the women teachers, she got third. So, and the two that beat her are the ones that have been coaching for like 8 years. So.
Oh, okay. So they had an advantage.
They only beat her by like 6. So I thought it was pretty good for someone who hadn't been shooting in a while. So other than that, man, we had Christmas, did all the family stuff. I did my best to stay away from some of the food because I've actually been doing really good. I'm down 80 pounds from 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to get. My first goal was to get under 300. I was hoping to do it before the new year, but I'm like 3 pounds away from that. And then from there, just keep going. So, and my son and we're gonna start working out at the gym at least 3 days a week. If I can make time for that, because on top of archery, the girls finishing up with play, Layla's in pop band, which pop band, man,
I don't even know what that is. I never even heard of that.
Not pop band, sorry, pep band. This is something that they had a few years ago and they just brought it back.
Like the pep squad?
Well, kind of. They play at the hockey games and the basketball, and I guess for lacrosse.
Okay.
So it's like 4 months on. It's almost the whole rest of the winter and spring. Because I don't know when lacrosse starts, but like she'll have like a random Friday, Saturday, she'll have a hockey game, and then the other day she had she had the women's and the men's basketball. So she's been doing that a lot. long days for that, and then she has practice once a week for that. She likes it. It's so this one is run by the students and not the teacher. This is something that the teacher started, then the students took over. So it's the drum majors run it.
Okay.
So they run the practices. They run, when they go to the games, and we stayed for a hockey game. And I don't know if I told you, but going to all the football games for marching band, our football team stunk.
Yeah, you did. We talked about
2 years. I feel so bad for the team, but I've been to 14 games. I've watched them get crushed by more than 50 points in all of but one, and they won. Yeah, and I think they were in another game, but they lost it in the end. So, and that's by halftime, because I leave by halftime. I just got to watch my daughter at halftime. And they're down like 52 to 6 at halftime. So I'm like, man.
So if it's a close game, you don't stick around. If it's a close game, you don't really get into it like that.
And it's 9 o'clock by that time. But usually I'm trying to get home to podcast, or I'm trying to get home to get in bed. So
that's right. You work Saturday morning, so I get it.
Yeah. So other than that, yeah. So we went to the first hockey game that we go to. They mercied the other team. So I guess if you win by 15, you mercy them. So I didn't even have to stay for they mercied them in the beginning of the third period. So we were like, all right, peace out. Let's go. I was like, man, we should just keep coming to the hockey game. So that was fun. But I guess the hockey is a mix of the two schools, because I guess they didn't have enough for the one school. So they took the two schools and mixed them together. And they're pretty good. Okay. And the funny thing is, one of the drum majors for the band was their lead scorer. So everyone was rooting for him and everything like that. So that was a lot of fun. I've always said after Christmas, I got Layla and Ava's birthdays are coming up. So Ava will be 18. What's today? In 5 days. Jesus. No, 4 days. It's the 17th. So she'll be
that's right. Yep. Yeah. Same as my stepdaughter.
Yep. And then Layla's on the 23rd. She'll be 16. So Ava's looking to take her driving test and pass. And then I got to start looking for a car, I guess. I don't know. I said, right. Why don't you go get a job first? And maybe we'll meet you halfway. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, because she's going to be asking you for gas money. She's going to be asking you to get the oil changed.
I don't mind all that, but I just need her to have her own. I mean, I like the fact that she's going to be able to drive herself to things. Like Saturday, she had to be up at the school at 8 o'clock. My wife's calling me at work. Oh, I got to get up and take her to this doggone thing. I can't wait till she can drive. I'm like, I bet. But then you think you're going to be sleeping. You're going to be worrying about her driving up there and call you and text you when she gets there and call you on her way back. So no matter what, you're not going to get any sleep. It's not like you're going to get extra sleep. You just don't got to get your butt out of bed. But, it's always something. But she's growing up too fast, and, she'll be out college, but she'll probably still be in my house for a few years at least. So we don't got none of that empty nest crap coming up. I think that's about it, man. That's all I got for now.
All right. Yeah, I know, man. We were trying to do podcasts over the holiday season, and it just wasn't gonna happen. We didn't do any super flicks. We didn't do.
We just didn't get on the same page. It was just a mess. Every time I was available, you weren't. Every time you were available, I wasn't. And then it was just kind of got to the point where it's like, you know what? Just skip it, and we'll get to it when we get to it.
Yep. Yeah. I think me and Isaiah only did one. We only did one podcast during that time also. So same thing, because I think he came here, and another time I couldn't do it. So we only did one winter circle, I think, during the break. So
hey, I got a bone to pick with y'all, because do you really think that the Paul fight was actually not fit? Like, it was supposed to be fixed, don't you think?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think the way that fight went.
You don't think that he decided, I'm not gonna go by the script? Because I heard a lot about.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't think Anthony Joshua was a real boxer. He's a real former heavyweight champion. I don't think that. I think he. I don't. I think if anything, it might have been knock him out in the first round. I think he could have ended that fight. I think he could have ended that fight way earlier.
I think he wanted to punish him.
You think what?
I think he wanted to punish him.
Oh, that that too. You know, I heard so many people saying like, oh, you know, they were giving Jake Paul so much credit for lasting 6 rounds, and I'm like, he could have knocked him out if he wanted to. I'm thinking like either, you know, it was either in the contract not to knock him out that early, or, you know, maybe, or like you just said, maybe he just wanted to punish him and keep on hitting him. Yeah, I was just so surprised as to the amount of people who were surprised that Jake Paul lost. Like, I don't understand that sometimes. I don't. And, you know, to go back to the conversation we were having with Angel, maybe, you know, a year and a half ago, this is the first time I've ever watched a full Jake Paul fight. Like, I never watched.
I refused. After the Tyson one, I said, nope, I'm never again. I
didn't even see that. So, yeah. But after looking at him fight a real boxer, he's not a professional boxer. He, you know, a professional, no, his stances, the way he was standing was not a pro stance. The way he was moving, I just didn't see a pro. No, you know, but I can't knock his hustle. If he's just going to do the celebrity thing, fine, go ahead, do the celebrity thing. But I don't want to hear you talk I don't want other people talking to me about you're a great boxer. You're not a boxer. That's not happening. I think somebody that's probably unranked would have extended the fight out just to punish him, just for, you know, boxing's case, just, you know, just to prove a point, like you know, you're not even on our level, because he didn't go through the amateurs. No, he didn't go to the, you know, the lower class pro fights where, you know, you're boxing for 15 people or 20 people. He didn't do any of that. He jumped right into the limelight. And you know, I know that there are some boxers who are a little jealous of his success. You know, I don't knock his hustle. If he's going to just keep on doing the celebrity thing, that's fine. You know, throw Charleston White on there. In any of these other online people, these online personalities, put DJ Academics on there. Put on Adam 22 in there, DJ Glad. any of these guys, any of these celebrity guys, go ahead and toss them all on there. You all make money, that's fine. But I'm not going to consider that pro fighting.
No, I've always said let him make the money, but
yeah, that's fine.
He ain't getting none of my money.
But don't think that he could be a heavyweight champion. Not in the WBC, WBO, any of those organizations. I can't see that.
Sure.
So, but my holiday season was cool, man. I tell you what, man, not having to work and stay home is not a thing for me. I can't do that. Next time I have vacation, I need to go away. I need to get away, because I was walking around the house. Melissa was working. I'm walking around the house looking for something to do. She wanted me to do some chores, go down to do some work in the basement. I wasn't interested in doing that. But like, I was checking work emails. I'm in the work chat, commenting and things. I know I'm supposed to be on PTO, but I don't have anything to do. I'm just walking around the house trying to find something. And yeah, man. So I was kind of ready to go back to work. Now this year, I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with this time off now, man. This is we fully became T-Mobile employees and everything, and which is cool. And you know, we got some nice perks and benefits and things, and I'm going to have an increased vacation time. I'm trying to figure out like what I'm going to do with all this extra time. How I'm going to take this time off, where I'm going to go. You know, maybe me and Mel will take some, you know, maybe some 4 or 5 day trip somewhere. You know, instead of being gone a week or anything like that. You know, just go to New York for, you know, a few days, or, you know, go over to Chicago for a few days or whatever. Maybe we'll do something like that, just so I could burn through this time that I have now.
You know, my job brings us a piece of paper, and they make you pick your vacation days by seniority. And I got 4 weeks now. Next year I'll have 5. And you can use it or not. So like, but the stupid thing is, like, I'm sitting here, I got to fill this out at the end of this year. And I'm like, I haven't set any vacations or nothing. So like, I just picked random like birthdays and stuff. Like, and if you use it, you use it. If you don't, you don't. Like it's basically I can say, well, I scheduled this, so if I want to put in for it, I can. But if I don't put in for it, then I just show up to work.
So you can't put in your vacation whenever you want. It has to be
before the year. But it doesn't. It'll be considered unscheduled, and it can get disapproved, and then you end up having to play that game.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Which I got some pretty cool supervisors that usually, except for like during the only time I have had trouble is during like holidays. They won't. So one of the days I think I put in for it because it's right around my daughter's birthday, and it's also right around Martin Luther King Day, which is, but my daughter's not even going to be here. She's going to be at play. I don't even think I'm going to take it because I'm like, if I'm not going to take her out like I normally do. So I don't know. I think we're doing her birthday stuff in February, so we'll see.
Okay. So I'm the same thing with the birthdays, man. Melissa's birthday was last week. This week, DJ's birthday, and then next month is Champ's birthday. So I'm just like you. So as soon as Champ's birthday is over with, then that is it for me when it comes to doing things and spending money. Again, I can finally stop. Christmas was nice. The kids got everything that they were looking for and they wanted, so they were pretty happy. They were content. Same with Melissa. Same with myself. Christmas Day was just me and Melissa. DJ was with her dad. Champ was with his mom. So it was just us, just binge watching TV shows and movies. It was great. Not having to go anywhere, just hang out and chill. So we watched a bunch of Christmas movies and things like that. Did you make it through all the Christmas movies that you normally watch?
Yeah,
I did too. So watched all the normal holiday favorites, the Home Alones, It's a Wonderful Life, Elf, what else? Christmas with the Cranks, Scrooge, A Christmas Carol, The Christmas Story, all of that. Hey, have you seen the new Christmas Story? I think they created it. I think it came out last year or the year before, where Ralphie is older now and he came back. I saw it. You saw that?
Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't bad. I saw that for the first time.
It was all right. I enjoyed it.
A lot of times when it's been so long in between movies, a lot of times they're not really, really good when they come back. But this one was pretty good. It wasn't bad. So I think I'll add that to the Christmas rotation through the holiday season as far as movies that we watch.
Yeah, I watch those by myself because nobody in my family, they think I'm weird.
What, the Christmas movies?
The Christmas Story. My daughter also likes Elf and Home Alone. They'll watch Home Alone, but they tell me that the Christmas Story is weird. And I'm like, I love that. That's my favorite.
What's wrong? I just started watching that movie for the first time. I think it was 2007 was the first time I seen it. I didn't like it as a kid because I wanted to see the cartoon stuff, the Rudolph, the Santa Claus, Twas the Night Before Christmas, Frosty. I wanted to watch all that. And when that came on, I was like, who wants to watch this? This is a live action thing. So I didn't appreciate it until 2007. Now I enjoy it, especially on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. It comes on for 24 hours. At least it used to.
Yeah.
On the whole time.
TBS, TNT.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'll just sit there and let it be on in the background. And I'll be doing other things throughout the house and, occasionally look over and watch.
You know what I think it is? I think it's more of an adult movie because it's one of those things where it paints an actual picture of Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And kids, I don't think kids understand that until they have a family and they sit down and these are the things that you go through as a family for Christmas. You got to deal, family stuff doesn't stop. Ralphie gets into a fight, you got to worry about the dad. The dad's, constantly cussing and he's got dogs next door running through his house. The dinner gets messed up. You got to go eat at the Chinese restaurant. Like these are real family problems. And it just makes you laugh. When he's outside fixing the tire and he spares, he's got to worry about, all those things. And the time set that it's set in is even funnier because it's things, that probably don't really deal with. And then the imagination of the kid always makes me laugh because I'm like, when he had to put the soap in his mouth, our kids don't know about that because that's not a thing anymore. But coming up, that was a thing. Like you have a potty mouth, you're gonna get soap in your mouth. and then he playing it off like he was blind, and his parents had to feel bad, blind him with the soap. But I thought it was funny. Like these are the things kids go through, man. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoy it. It's funny to me.
And also, do you feel like your kids might not get excited for Christmas the way that we used to get excited for Christmas? Do you feel that in your household?
No, my kids are still pretty excited about Christmas. It's just, their gifts are not as elaborate as they used to be.
Yeah, I don't know, man. My kids, I mean, I think they just know it's Christmas is coming, but I don't feel like they get as excited for Christmas like we used to. And probably because me and Melissa was talking about this. Christmas now, it seems like back when we were kids, Christmas surrounded us. Everywhere you went, every store you went to, as soon as you left the house, everything was Christmas, everything. People had decorations up on their houses. I don't think I didn't see that many houses. I'm trying to remember if I even saw any houses decorated for Christmas this year. I'm quite sure I had to and never really paid attention to it because maybe they're not going out as elaborate as they used to, like when I was a kid. But, Christmas really surrounded us. Whenever we would go to the store, Christmas music is playing, the decorations are up, the TV shows, the commercials, everything. Now, kids don't really have to watch television. So they don't even get the Christmas commercials. They don't see the Coke commercial. They don't see the McDonald's commercial. We were constantly kept in the Christmas spirit when we were kids.
Yeah.
And I don't think that this new generation of kids coming up, if that is the same case for them. So I don't think it. Of course, my kids are excited about Christmas and they love Christmas, but I don't see that same. Like, man, I used to be counting down the days. I was, restless and couldn't sleep and all types of stuff ready for Christmas. So I'm not really seeing that with my kids.
We try to keep some of that stuff we used to do. We just changed it up. Like instead of Elf on a Shelf, we've upgraded to Snoop on a Stoop.
Okay.
So now it's Snoop, and he's doing, he's not doing a lot of Christmas stuff. He's doing a lot of funny, weird, crazy stuff. So we do that.
Oh, hold on. Before you continue with that, let's talk about the Elf on the Shelf because we do that.
I hated that thing, and like when I worked midnights, because my wife is the creative one in this family, so she'd get really into it. Then she would get tired of it, so then she'd be like, "Well, you're staying up already. Just figure out something with the elf." And I'd be like, "Oh my god, I can't do this for 25, 30 like, I'm not creative, so I'm coming up with stuff." And then like I would wake up and like I'd have them like on a Mission Impossible, like a line or something like that, and then I'd wake up and it'd all be torn apart or something because I didn't craft it well enough, and then it would just get misconstrued, or I'd find something online and I couldn't make it work as well, and just stupid stuff.
Well, see, that's not how I do Elf on the Shelf here. That's how we do it over here.
What do you do?
Elf on the Shelf here is we hide the elf, and the kids will go around the house.
No, man, he's got to be doing fun stuff.
Bullshit. Now I'm not doing all that you're talking about. I've seen, you know what, man? I've seen the memes and everything on Facebook and Instagram, and I didn't know that's how people were doing the elf. I'm not doing all of that. It's just you're going to go on a scavenger hunt every day, find the elf, and the next day it'll be in a different place, and that's how I do it. I take over. The first time Melissa tried to do it, she didn't do a good job. That damn elf was it was just on the steps. I was like, did you just throw this on the landing? I was like, you put no effort in it. The damn thing was face down on the landing on the steps. I was like, what is this? I had to lecture her. I was like, this is not how we do this game. We have to hide it somewhere. The kids got to go through the house looking for it. So after that was the last time I let her. That was her first time and last time. After that, I took over and I hide it throughout the house and let them find it.
My favorite one, because when we're done with Elf on the Shelf, hopefully soon, and my favorite one that I seen is the guy took like chicken bones.
Yes, I've seen that.
And so he just completely put out two little lines of chicken bones that look like a person, and then like little pieces of the elf, and then he had like Goku and Vegeta just yes, and his kids were crying. I was like, oh no, that's not right. I got older kids. They're not going to be crying. They're going to laugh. But you
Mhm.
can't do that to little kids, man. That's just
No, they'll be traumatized if you did that. You know what? I was done with Champ with Christmas shopping, and then his mom sends me a list, right? And I look at the list, and I'm like, this is it. I'm done. I'm not getting anything else. And until I saw that he asked for some Dragon Ball Z characters. This is the first time he's ever said any. I didn't even know he knew what Dragon Ball Z was. So of
nice.
course I had to go back out and look for Dragon Ball Z characters and get them there. And literally, this is maybe 5 or 6 days before Christmas. I was like, okay, well, he got to get that then. If he would have asked for something else, I would have been like, nah, I'm done. But I had to get him. I got him Goku, I got him Vegeta, and I got him not Cell.
Normal or in Super Saiyan?
No. So Goku was Super Saiyan. Vegeta was I think the blue hair one.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the villain was Frieza. So those are the only ones that I could find. And them damn things were expensive too.
Oh yeah, and that's the older ones. When you get the newer stuff, like I think the new season's getting ready to come out sometime this year, and those when they start releasing the new stuff, man, it's even worse.
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, because I was at Target and I saw some stuff in Target and I got them, but I had went to there's a store in Fairlane Mall, and I never saw it before. And you went in there. So I went in that store and I saw how expensive those toys was. I was like, bullshit, I'm not buying this. Like, this is like $50. I'm like a $50 toy, you don't play with that. That goes on the shelf or something like that. I was like, these damn figures are expensive. I'm like, this is not the store. I need the $15 to $20 action figures.
Yes,
so
sir.
I ended up going to Fairlane to finding the characters. So he was happy with everything he got. So
good.
Cool. So, all right, let's talk about our series. So we're on Kingdom season 1, episode 7 and 8.
So we start off and there's like a barbecue going on, and it's like Latinos everywhere. So then you're like, okay, we know what's about to happen. They're about to go arrest these two guys. They finally found the guys who beat up the son, Nate.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess they got out because later on it gets a little crazy. But we'll get into that a little more. And then we kind of got this like training, moving out montage. We don't know where Keith is yet, but we do find out where Keith is. Everyone's kind of doing their own thing, and then we see why can't I think of his name? Oh, Elvie. We see Elvie, and man, I'm drawing a blank on everybody today.
His girlfriend?
No, the guy he's training.
Oh, Ryan.
Yeah. Elvie and Ryan are talking to the parole officer and trying to he's basically saying he's unsafe at the halfway house. So they're going to move him into the gym and see if and he actually gets it to work out because this guy still thinks he's going to work at the rat place. So he thinks he's followed everything and that he got good reviews other than this situation with Keith. So they're going to let him stay at the gym, which I'm sorry, but get him an apartment or something, man. Why is he staying at the gym? This is just a disaster. And it is a disaster in this episode because there's so much going on that hasn't been said so far. And it's like, man, what a mess.
Yeah, this is a weird situation between these guys. Like that is a weird working relationship.
Terrible situation. Because then at the same time, the guys are at the house with the mom, and the mom now is clean, so she wants the bars off the window and everything, and that's becoming a problem because apparently the screws are stripped. Who knows?
I gotta say, man, mom doesn't look old enough to be their mom.
You're not wrong.
She looks kind of young. Like she doesn't even look like her and Alvie are around the same age.
Yeah,
and it was kind of throwing me off a little bit.
Yeah, I think she looked older when she was strung out, but now that she's
she did.
The promoter for the Ryan fight shows up, and he kind of wants to start promoting this fight and getting some people out there so they can, get the money for this fight. And Alvie's basically saying Ryan's not quite ready yet, and moving him into the gym is going to make him ready. Like, I don't know, man. That's
crazy.
So Ryan moves into the gym, and then we go back to the boys' house. And the mom wants to have like a shopping day, and she wants to start fixing up the house. She's starting to nest a little bit
Mm-hmm.
now that
I was kind of
kind of
surprised.
family.
I didn't think she would want to stay there. Like I just figured she would just be here until she got clean. I didn't know she figured that she was going to permanently move in with them.
I don't know. I think she enjoys the whole idea of the boys taking her side and kind of being against Elvie. I think she likes messing with Elvie.
Mm.
Like she really seems like that's something she just enjoys.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. And then we see Ryan moving into the gym, and of course, every time Ryan's there and Alvy and Lisa are interacting, Ryan's just in the background, like basically grinding his teeth.
Yeah.
And it's like you
why
this is a powder keg that's about to blow.
I'm kind of confused as to why he would even want to put himself in that situation, because he doesn't look comfortable.
No, he doesn't. So Ryan has a training session, and Alvy cuts it short because he's basically saying, in his eyes, like Ryan just looks like crap. He's not putting his all into it. And I mean, honestly, the idea is he really want to fight, or is he just trying to appease Alvy and Lisa? I think that's what the problem is. I think he's got a lot going on in his head, and he's showing bits and pieces of anger. He's showing bits and pieces of wanting to fight, but holding back. And it's like, dude, you can't be half in, half out. Like you gotta be all the way in. And without saying that, that's what Alvy needs to be telling him. But Alvy's just kind of like letting him go figure it out for himself.
Mm-hmm.
And they should have had a talk a long time ago. Like, hey man, are you in or out? Because Alvy wants this thing to work out so bad because he thinks it'll help his gym. But in the end, you're forcing something that might not be there anymore.
Mm-hmm. And also, man, he's going to have to invest in Ryan for the long term if he wants it to affect his gym, because it's going to affect his gym if if Ryan makes it to the UFC in the main stage and everybody knows about your gym and they want to be where Ryan is because of his success. It's going to take some time to get there, and Ryan is at the bottom.
Yep.
I mean, I wouldn't. If I'm Alvy, I would think I would want to put my stock in having a lot of good fighters, and he just has to get out there and find some other people if he doesn't think that Ryan, Nate, and Jay is enough. Yeah. And they all seem like they will fight in the same division. They all seem similar in weight and size.
I think. Well, we already know Ryan and Jay can fight in the same weight, but I think Nate's like 125.
Okay.
So he's a little bit smaller. Nate runs into someone who knows him, but he knows him, but he plays it off like he doesn't. So something's going on there. Of course, since we've seen the rest of the seasons, we know kind of what that's about. But right now it's just kind of like a foreshadowing things to come down the road. And he tries to avoid this guy, even when the mom and Jay kind of say, "Who is that?" Oh, just someone I went to school with. He was a bit of a douchebag. Whatever. Played it off.
Jay is really trying to force this family atmosphere also.
Yes.
He really wants them all to it seemed like make up for lost time.
Yeah, and I think he needs it. I think it's something he's missing in his life. And Nate doesn't know any better because he wasn't around enough to have the whole family together.
Mm-hmm.
When they go outside, a car almost runs the mom over, and it sets Nate off. So again, just like Ryan, I think Nate has some unresolved issues that he's avoiding, and it's just creating a lot of buildup. And I know that a lot of season 2 deals with more of that buildup, and it starts to affect his whole life until he does let the cat out of the bag. What's going on?
So, I mean, he snatched this guy out of his car through his window,
which is crazy because of all the people I would have thought who would have done that. I would have thought Jay would have done that over.
Yeah.
So they're back at the gym. Everyone's talking, Lisa, Alvy, and Ryan, about how to promote this fight, when to promote this fight. And Alvy's basically saying, just give me some more time. We'll get together. I'll call, so-and-so whatever that guy's name is, and we'll figure it out. And then Jay and Nate and the mom, they go out to dinner to have some fun and talk about things. And again, Nate's real quiet. Jay's just Jay, and the mom's, she's just trying to take it all in, and she's talking about what's next, what's going on. And then we get this whole scene of Ryan's first night in the gym, spending the night, and he's just ready to jump out of his skin. He's looking at all this stuff, which is, by the way, making him mad because it's all LV. And if it's not LV, it's LV and Lisa. So why he wants to put himself through this, I don't know.
I was wondering why I know what he told his parole officer.
Yeah.
I don't think it's true though. I don't think he needed to watch his back because it was
a way for him to get out of there. It
was a way for him to get out of there. But to get out of there and just live in the gym, I don't know. I guess it must have been really, really bad for him. He must have really felt like it was bad in the halfway house.
I think he can get away with more away from the halfway house. The halfway house is better for him.
You're right. You're right.
This whole thing. So I don't know. We also get to see Keith. I'm assuming Keith is in not prison, but like more of a mental prison. So for someone who needs mental help, because it didn't look like a very high security. But,
yeah, because I didn't think prisoners could talk to each other.
Yeah. So Ryan shows up, talks to him. They had him on some kind of medicine, so he was pretty chilled out, slurring his words. Ryan brought him the bear, but he says, I can't have the bear right now. Make sure you talk to the bear. Okay, no problem. Again, why Ryan keeps this relationship going is beyond me. I don't know who thought that was a good idea to write this in there, because let's be honest, 90% of us would have just been like, this dude is a whack job. Peace out, homie.
Yeah, we talked about I would have been nice to him, but I'm not trying to be buddy with him. I'm not taking him along like my little sidekick.
Because I'm gonna spoiler alert, in the next season when he does get his own place and he starts dating and all this other stuff, he brings Keith with him because he's stupid, and Keith ruins it again, just like he always does. And it takes a lot before he finally does get rid of Keith. I don't think Keith is even in season 3, is he?
I don't remember.
But all I know is Keith keeps messing up, and Ryan had to kick him to the curb after the last one because he started messing with his dating life. And it was like, you didn't see this coming? You really thought this was going to be a good idea to be roommates with this guy? He's certified crazy.
Yeah. And with also, I don't even think they ever explain why Ryan got so close to Keith. I don't think they ever
I just think it was like a project of his, maybe.
But they gotta explain that to us, the viewers.
I agree. It was very poorly done. It was just he kept trying so hard for this guy, and it's why?
And also, they never said what Ryan's issue with the bear was also. Because when he's going through his thing in the gym, he has the bear attached to the water bottle or with the alcohol, the bottle he has the alcohol in. And I'm like, why is that damn bear? Explain what, Ryan should have looked at it at some point to the bear and was venting while Keith passed out sleep or something, and explain why he, maybe he had a bear similar to that when he was a little kid or something like that, or it reminded him of his mom or his dad. They haven't said anything, and I don't remember if they ever do. But so having it right here, right now, it just seems weird. It makes Ryan really look weird.
Yeah, I like this show, but there is a lot of plot that kind of gets crisscrossed.
And the way it ended, also, it almost they were like, we ran out of money. Let's hurry up and wrap this shit up and put it out, because it ends kind of weird. Also,
that happens to a lot of shows.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't mention, the promoter that came in earlier talking to Ryan, or talking to Lisa about Ryan, he mentioned also that one of his fighters had cut himself doing dishes, and it was a nerve. So he lost the fighter and was looking for someone to take the place. So of course Lisa uses that as an opportunity to get Jay a fight, and the guy says, "Really, Jay? Jay's fighting again?" And she said, "Yeah, and I'm managing him." So he entertains the idea, and Jay goes ahead and takes the fight. and he gets the same deal that he was going to give to the other guy, which I got to imagine was a good deal because I mean, this guy is a serious promoter, not like the last one they were dealing with. So, I mean, good for Jay. Hopefully, he doesn't muck it up like he does. So this particular scene, we see Jay talking to the promoter and taking the fight, and like I said, getting the same deal. So that again, Jay's moving on up, and that sets up something that's a lot of fun down the road. What's the mom's name? I forget.
I forgot to. Hold on, I'll look it up though.
Christine. She shows up. Christine. She shows up at the gym and is talking to Lisa, and I don't know what Lisa's actual problem with her is, other than the fact that Albie's still married to her.
Yeah, Lisa has, whenever something's bothering Lisa, she doesn't really explain it or say what the issue is, but she expects Albie to know or Ryan to know what it is. Yeah, right. Like they can read her mind.
I almost feel like, do you really think like her and Albie's relationship he was obviously the rebound guy, and it seems like
Christina,
he should have been the rebound guy and then peace out, but then start a business together. Because they talk about, oh, love you, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of love. Like she doesn't seem to be that into him, and he doesn't seem to be that into her, other than running his business and a younger hot piece of ass.
He cares more about the gym more than anything. Like that's his baby right there.
Yeah, and he proves that a lot because, and then like, I don't think she wants anything to do with Ryan again, but I think she kind of trapped herself in this whole business and pleasure kind of deal, because if she walks away from Albie, she has to walk away from the business and the money she put into it.
Yeah, but I don't think she started the gym with him. I think Albie already had the gym because Albie already had trained Ryan. And then at some point in time, she must have became an investor and then put her money into it. And now she feels like, okay, well, I'm stuck. $40,000?
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Well, we see Ryan coming back from the store, and he picked up a few things, including a full liter of vodka, I'm assuming. And again, doesn't seem like a good idea, but whatever. Albie has a talk with his ex-wife, or his current wife, who he wants to be his ex-wife, and the conversation, she takes it to the office, and she wants a divorce. She wants a clean divorce, no lawyers, no bull. She doesn't even want anything, supposedly. And of course, Lisa, she doesn't believe it. She thinks Albie needs to protect himself and get a lawyer.
And then she's trying to protect her interest, also her money that's tied up in the gym. Did they tell us before this episode that Albie and Christina were married still?
He kept calling her his ex-wife, but no, until this episode.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I'm like, why did they even do that? Like, what was the purpose of that? They could have explained that when they had that dinner outside. They could have let us viewers know that they were still married. They could have said something. Okay, we're still married. We're still a family. We're not divorced yet. Something they could have let like that. That was weird for us to find out in episode 7 that they're still married.
Well, I mean, and everything, they make this whole thing real interesting the further it gets, because again, Lisa is the only clear-headed person in the show so far. And she's not wrong. Like, he really should get a lawyer, figure things out. Any investments, any money he owes to his wife, just figure that out. And if she doesn't want anything, then the lawyer would be there to get it, put it in writing, and move on.
But also, if Christina knows that Albie has an attorney, she's more likely to get one herself also. And that attorney is not going to let her just not get anything. If that attorney knows that he has a gym.
If she can afford an attorney.
And also, Christina could have. You think Christina could have possibly helped him build that gym?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, maybe I'm talking about the beginning stages. We don't know.
True.
So then a lawyer will say, like, that is part of yours. You helped create that business also. So I can kind of understand why he did not want to get lawyers involved.
No, 100%. But then when Lisa had went and go.
Christina's not going to do that on her own. Saying she wants
Yeah.
the gym or something.
When Lisa talked to her lawyer friend, that lawyer friend made the idea of him signing the gym over to Lisa,
Mm-hmm.
which would, then Christina gets nothing from the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Which, of course, I mean, could go wrong two ways because then Alvy could be out completely. Now it's completely on Lisa's name, and if, like I said, he's got to play nice with her, or but then Christina gets nothing. So I mean, it could be win-lose or lose-lose for everybody. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Now Ryan starts drinking. Is he mixing like Gatorade with vodka?
That's what it looked like because it was like green. That stuff that looked green. Unless that was the water bottle making it look like that.
This seems nasty. But I mean, it is what it is. So he's drinking and then he's working out and then he's drinking and then he starts going crazy. And at the same time, he's looking at pictures of Lisa.
Yeah, Ryan needs a therapist. That's what he needs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely needs a therapist.
I don't know, man. The faces this guy makes sometimes it looks like he's just got little demons in his head telling him to go crazy. But
think about it. Like this guy paralyzed his father.
Yeah.
Like that's not normal.
Yeah, it's nuts. Over nothing, really.
Yeah.
So he starts tearing up the gym. He's throwing kettlebells at the mirrors. He's peeing on the mat. I mean, he cleans it up, but still, come on.
If I'm Alvy, he's out. I'm not dealing with that shit.
Eventually the alarm goes off. Now Alvy's got to do. And the funny thing is, the alarm company calls Alvy. How does he know that somebody's not messing with the gym? Like, how does he know it's Ryan?
Yeah, he just kind of assumed that it was Ryan.
He was right, but still,
yeah,
Ryan's flicking off the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you got something to say, man, just freaking say it. Like, come on, bro.
And that's Alvy also. Alvy, when Ryan and Lisa are talking, like he's kind of in a distance watching or listening or whatever. He's keeping his eye on them also. And if he has something to say to Lisa or Ryan, he should just come out and say it also. Everybody's acting fake in this crazy threesome that they got going on here.
Well, he does say something to Lisa in the next episode, but first he doesn't say anything to Alvy. He just attacks. Because when Alvy walks in and sees the gym is all tore up, he's calling for Ryan. And when Ryan shows up, he's like, "Oh, I was training." Yeah, but then he actually tells Alvy he peed all over the thing, which I mean, he would just go to the camera and look what happened anyway. So, they start talking, and he basically tells them, he's like, if you got something to say to me, say it. And that's when they get in a fight. And the fight wasn't that big a deal. I mean, nobody really got that messed up. And honestly, it looked to me like Alvy was taking it easy on him, especially because he was probably drinking.
Yeah, Ryan was drunk.
He wouldn't have been at his full anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And later, Alvy's looking at the footage, and that's when he decides that, okay, it's my boy's ready to have an interview.
That's crazy. Instead of getting him a therapist, he's getting him a fight.
Yeah, I know. It's nuts. It's absolutely crazy. But I guess he feels like, he got some of this out, and now he's at least ready to get more serious. Because he calls right after the fight.
I don't think. Remember in one of the first, I think it's the first, second episode, they were saying that when Ryan was fighting and winning, he eventually got big and felt like he was bigger than Alvy and left Alvy and just kind of got disrespectful. And looking at what we're seeing right now, I would think if Alvy is successful in turning Ryan's life around, he would go back to that and be more obnoxious than he is or that he was last time. On top of that, he's going to have a bigger chip on his shoulder because Alvy is sleeping with his ex-fiance. That's his. That's his now. So if he became successful, Alvy should realize that this guy is already a ticking time bomb. He's gonna flip on me the first chance he gets when he feels like he is one up on me.
Yeah, I don't think he came back for Alvy. He came back for Lisa. That's all there was to it.
Yeah.
Now, if Alvy keeps him going, he'll probably go with it. But at first, this was all about Lisa, and that's just plain as day. The end of this episode was a little crazy because Jay shows up at the house, and the two guys who got arrested for beating up Nate were leaving the house. Now they didn't seem to do anything, but they must have said something because they walked out and they had guns in their hands, and the mom was pretty freaked out. But Jay
I was wondering how they know where he lived.
I don't know, man. I was wondering the same thing, but it was pissed. But he also told everyone to shut up, and he's looking for something to write, and he writes down. He must have got the license plate in his head, so he wrote down the license plate because then he tells everyone everything's gonna be okay. I got their license plate, which means he's gonna do something stupid. That's the first thing Nate tells him, man, don't do anything stupid.
And that's why Nate didn't want him to know when he got jumped. He didn't want Jay to know anything.
Of course he didn't. But the crazy thing is, Jay is this dude. The next episode literally starts off. He's at the DMV, and he talks his way into getting the license plate of where these people live. Now they wanted him to wait a few days, and he told some bull crap story about a dog and this and that. And this lady was just entertained enough to give him what he wanted.
He was a deacon.
Yeah, he really looks like a deacon, doesn't he? Just crazy. So, Jay is talking with the mom, and he's giving guns to Nate and the mom, and he says, take them shooting. And he's teaching the mom how to use the gun, and he talks about the safety, and so the mom points the gun and shoots it, thinking the safety's on.
Yeah.
He has to explain to her the safety. She shot the gun in the house. Just not good. Somebody's gonna get hurt. So he re-explains it to her, and then we see Alvy and Lisa in the kitchen. I guess Alvy set up a dinner with Christina. They're gonna talk it out and figure out the best way to go about this. Lisa doesn't seem very pleased with this idea.
No, she's just automatically upset. Like, what is he supposed to do? That's what I was thinking. Were they supposed to do this online? They supposed to get a divorce online?
I guess. I mean, that's the way the mom made it sound. She made it sound like we'll just download some papers, fill them out, and bada boom, bada bing. But I mean, if that's how it's going to be, I can't think of any way. If they get divorced and there's no lawyers involved and she gets nothing, like, okay, cool, bye. I don't see the problem.
Yeah, I don't see.
If at the last minute,
I'm assuming
at the last minute she shows up and says, I want everything, then okay. Then we'd be like, well, I guess we're not getting divorced today. We're going to get some lawyers.
Right, exactly. That's it exactly. So I don't know why Lisa was so bothered and upset. And she already voiced her concerns to Alvy, and he knew it. So he's already thinking of, if she doesn't do what we're supposed to do, then I already know which direction I'm going to go. Because he's going to want to protect Lisa's investment. He's not going to let her lose her investment. She should know that. She should understand that. He understands where she's coming from.
Yeah, it's a lot. And like I said, Lisa talks to her lawyer, and she gets an idea of how bad this could really get. So it's kind of a mess. But it is what it is at this point. I mean, what are you going to do? So they have this press conference, and Alvy makes sure to get Nate there because he's at the same time, Nate can't fight yet, but he's back to training. So he wants to get Nate. He wants to keep the heat on Nate's name the best he can until Nate gets another fight. But I mean, everyone's here to talk about Ryan. Nobody cares about Nate. It's just the honest to God truth. But it is what it is.
Nate's too quiet. He doesn't say anything. He's just kind of there. True. Not even when it comes to just fighting, just living. He's just around. He's really forgettable.
I mean, Ryan does the best he can in this interview, but of course, this isn't one of those things where they're like, you can't talk about this. And the first thing that's going to come up is what happened with the dad. How do we know he's not going to go crazy again? Like all this stuff. And it comes up. Of course it's going to come up. Why wouldn't it? If I'm a reporter, I'm not doing my job if I don't bring that up. So that kind of sets things off a little bit. But, he had to know it was going to happen. I mean, it's stupid if he doesn't think it was going to happen. So it is what it is. The mom's getting real artsy right now with some side desk that she this is not going to fit the house. I don't know how she thinks that bright colored piece of crap's going to fit with the house, but it is what it is, I guess. What else is going on? Oh, Christina's getting ready to leave. She's gonna meet Alvy. Jay's gonna do Jay. He's already scoped out the house. He's just waiting to go and take care of business. That whole thing got a little crazy because man,
it's a little weird.
We see Lisa looking at a ring. I'm assuming it was a ring that Ryan gave her. So she was talking to I think she was talking to an appraiser. So she wants to appraise this ring. For what?
I don't know.
I mean, later on she talks to Ryan about it, and it only got appraised for 26, which he said he paid more than that for it. So Ryan must have been making good money when he was a fighter.
Yeah, they say he was just like a step right before the UFC, so he had a name for himself.
But to have a ring that he said he paid more than $26,000 for, that's crazy.
20,000. I thought it was 2,600.
No, she said it was worth 26,000.
Oh wow,
he paid a lot more than that for it.
Mm.
He's talking about 30 plus.
Okay.
And you don't spend that kind of money if that's all you got. I mean, that better be some good punani if spending that kind of money. I'm just saying. If I got 32,000 in the bank and I'm spending 30 of it and leaving myself with G's, I must be good stuff. Right?
Well, good then that would explain why he feels like how he feels when he sees Lisa and Alvy together, you know.
Now, my biggest thing about this whole thing, so 4 things are going on in this scene. We got Ryan talking to Lisa and trying to have a real conversation, and they're starting to kind of feel like they're back in their old groove again. Same thing with Alvy and Christina. Like they're slowly but surely their walls are coming down, and they're kind of feeling
the draws are coming down.
Yeah, well, that's eventually later. So we got this going on, and then for whatever reason, Nate calls that Karina girl over that liked him earlier in the show, and he didn't really seem like he wanted nothing to do with her. So he calls her over, and she even says like she didn't think he was into her because he just didn't seem interested. So that was kind of weird. And then at the same time, we got Jay getting ready to go take out some gangsters. So they're just going back and forth, and everything's going on at the same time. And like you said, everything's kind of getting escalated in each area. You know, Nate, it goes from talking to drinking to screwing. Alvy
on the couch. He didn't even take her to his bedroom.
I know it was his bedroom was his mom's room. I thought so. Who knows?
No, I thought the mom's bedroom was Nate's. I mean Jay's. I thought.
So who's Jay's bedroom? The couch?
Yeah, I think Jay's sleeping on the couch.
Well, he owed Jay one because Jay did it on his bed. So
there you go.
The whole thing was weird. The way Nate was doing this, and we'll get to that in a minute because it was the whole idea of that scene was weird. Like I said, Ryan is with this conversation, and Lisa called him to tell him about the ring, about possibly selling it. So there was no reason for her to call Ryan. Like, why did she have to have this conversation with Ryan?
She didn't. She just.
And he even said that because he said, like, he at first he's telling her the fight between Alvy and I was more about everything else, not just you. And then eventually he says, well, okay, it was you. And she doesn't want to hear that. She's like, basically, I want nothing from you. This is over. Like, I'm with Alvy, da da da. And he says, so you went to my mom's. What's that about? You went to this. You called me today. Like, he called her out on that. And he's not wrong. She's sending, he tried to keep his distance, and she keeps sending out signals, kind of pulling him back in. So if I was him, I'd be pissed too, because I'd be like, well, what is happening exactly here? Like, why do you keep halfway in, halfway out? You can't be both ways. And again, he's always apologizing when he's around all the time, but that's how he wants it. He wants this to happen. So it is, you're not fooling anybody. And then at the same time, Alvy and his ex-wife, they're talking about divorce, but they're also getting closer, drinking, talking. And then they get to the point where, like you said, they're outside screwing each other.
In the alley.
Yeah.
In the alley. I was like, man, he can't.
And I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, that to me just came out of left field.
Yeah, it did.
because these two acted like they hate each other, but obviously there's still something there.
Yeah, but I'm not. He's crazy. He's raw dogging a hooker. I mean, he
I
does
know.
it for years. Ain't no way in hell that's happening.
Ugh.
He could at least got a Reynolds wrap or something. He could have did something to protect himself. He didn't care. Like, come on, man, you better think about yourself. Like this, like she was out there, doing it for a profession, and now you're raw dogging it. Nah, not happening.
So, yeah, that's going on. And at the same time, Jay is in this house. He's going through trying to find this guy, and when he does find him, he finds him in bed with his whole family.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's not going to kill this guy with the whole family there.
Let me ask you this. Do you think he did it?
What? Killed him?
Yeah.
No.
That's what I said too. Because I think me and Angel had this conversation. I believe me and Angel had this conversation. I think Angel told me he did it. And Angel said he did it because when he came out the house, he threw up. Yeah. And I said, yeah, he did. But I said, I don't know. Because I don't think they ever went back and told us what happened.
I don't think so either.
No, I really don't. Unless if they did, I missed it. I mean, because I'm talking about either in the last two or next season. I don't think they talk about it. So I don't know if he did it or not.
Now, when Nate is getting down with this girl, and this girl is gorgeous. So to me, I'm like, I'm a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got a hot chick, naked. We're getting it on. Like, I'm paying attention to her. I'm not, this dude's looking off into space.
Yeah.
So again, now that we know what we know, okay. But at the time, I'm just thinking, okay, he's just doing this just to make everyone think that he's not a weirdo. But
I told you, I thought Jonas was I don't know his first name. Is this Nick Jonas or?
Yeah.
Well, it is Nick. So
so you're just looking away during a sex scene?
No, I thought he was just a bad actor. That's what I thought his kid was a horrible actor. I'm like, dude, this dude doesn't even know how to pretend to have sex on TV. Like he's horrible. But now after I saw what gets explained later, I said, okay, I get it now.
Well, either way. But the crazy thing is, and the mom sees them getting it on through the window. She should have stayed outside.
Yeah.
Or she should have took a walk.
Or made a noise outside so they would know that she's out there.
Right in. She walks right in. Why?
I don't know. That was weird, wasn't it?
That's a mean mom.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like, it was different if he's, a kid.
Honestly,
they're underage doing something.
He didn't act correctly because I'd have been like, Mom, get the F out of here.
I'm not saying that to my mom.
I am. I don't need my mom seeing my Johnson. You took care
I don't either, but I'm not cussing on my. No. The plowed-in men ain't about to beat me up.
Listen, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, getting walked in on is crazy.
Yeah, well, I never experienced that.
Oh well, I have twice. And one was someone's stepmom.
Yeah. Wait, you're taking this into a whole other direction.
No, it didn't go that way.
You gotta save this for Fist Kicks and Flicks After Dark. That's what you gotta do with this story.
It was bad.
Joe, you about to switch it up on us.
She threw me out of the house, man.
Travis gonna throw a disclaimer at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah, but the weird thing is his mom is talking to the girl about this, and the girl's like, I don't want to talk about this with you. And then the mom pointed out, well, all I know is that my son did this knowing that I was going to come home. So what does that mean? Now, what did the mom mean by that?
I think the mom knows something.
See, I knows what we know. I was thinking the same thing.
She knows what, because she made a look at that when we go back to that thrift store, when they were in there shopping and the guy walked up and spoke to him. The mom is watching and she made a face.
Yeah.
So that led us to believe. Jay looked more so confused. Like, who's this guy? Like, why is this guy talking to you? But the guy could have been a fan. Nate was a fighter. It could have been anything. They shouldn't have the mom shouldn't automatically thought something was weird. Jay's a fighter. They're known in that area. They have a gym. It could have been anybody. It could have been a former person that used to train in the gym.
Yeah.
So for them to be taking it, or for her to be taking it into another direction, is a little weird, a little too soon.
So yeah, so the mom, for whatever reason, all of a sudden she wants to get high, which I thought was kind of stupid because if you're a former addict, why are you getting high?
I thought so too. And when she talked about, didn't she ask for a margarita when her and Alvy went to a dinner? I didn't think she could do that either.
It's just you're not supposed to do the hard stuff, I guess. I don't know.
I guess.
But the last part of it is Lisa trying to again talk to Alvy about the whole situation, and then he goes off on her about it, and they get into an argument.
Yeah,
so,
that was a bad argument.
Yeah, and this, this relationship probably is on thin ice for the most part, like, especially after, Alvy didn't seem like he cared about messing around on her.
Mm. But I like how he poured himself a drink, so he didn't have her smell on him or anything like that.
I mean,
he tried to.
Didn't look like he was getting lucky that night anyway.
No, yeah, but you don't want your woman smelling another woman's perfume on you or other parts on you.
So yeah, we'll next week we can finish this out, and then we'll have to figure out something else to come up with.
Yeah, back to another movie. Get back to a movie.
And I think the next 2 episodes, or at least hopefully the last one, has a couple of fights in it. So.
Yeah, this one didn't have any fights, did it? Not at all. Yeah. Nope. Yeah. So, all right. Anything else, man?
Yeah, still enjoying the series. I just I think they really should have. You can't go 2 episodes without a fight.
I tell you what.
I mean, I guess the Alvy and Ryan fight, but I don't really count that because it didn't last long and it wasn't a real fight.
Yeah, and also it's different watching this show like this, watching 2 episodes at a time. Like normally, if I'm binging it, so I'm watching 3-4 episodes, whatever. So I would have seen more action and altercations. And this way is making it seem a little slower. It's a good thing that this show wasn't on like network television, because it would have been a little too slow. When you drop all of the episodes, I don't know if they did that when this first came out, dropped all of them at one time.
I don't know, because I watched it after it had been out for a while.
Yeah, me too. I did too. So, but I would hope not, because these 2 episodes seemed a little slow. So. All right, man. You got any closing remarks?
Oh, man, I'm good. Good to be back.
All right, everyone. Stay safe, stay strong. We'll holler at you next week. Hopefully, we holler at you next week, and I will play our music. Don't forget to check out Superflix. We are finally about to get to the Batman. I know we've been talking about it the last few weeks, but we're going to get to it this week. So,
yeah.
Here we go.
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.